Hello, this is Photography Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Deep Rock Galactic. The game is out on PlayStation, Xbox and PC. Deep Rock Galactic is a co-op focused first-person shooter with complex mining elements. The game was developed by Ghost Ship Games. In DRG, you play as a dwarf working for the deep space mining company Deep Rock Galactic. The game takes place on Hoxie's 4, a hostile planet abandoned by other mining companies due to the hostile conditions and the deadly wildlife. The game was designed to be played in 4-player co-op, but it does also have a solo option where you will be accompanied by a helpful drone named Bosco. Okay, gameplay. What is it actually like? Well, once you've selected your class of dwarf and the mission type, it's time to enter the drop pod. This takes you down to the planet's surface where you'll have to fulfill your resource quota before calling in for extraction. Now the extraction itself leads to an always entertaining 5-minute scramble to reach the drop pod.
The mule has docked, initiating launch sequence.
Rock on! Rock and roll!
If you don't get there, it will leave you behind and you'll lose a lot of the benefits that you could have had if you succeeded in extracting. The mission types vary from straight resource gathering to the more complex variations such as pipeline creation, boss fights, egg hunts and many more. Now, one thing that makes Deep Rock so varied is the class system. There are 4 classes to choose from. Firstly, you've got the Scout, who can zip around the levels at great speed with a grappling hook, as well as having a handy flare gun. This allows you to light the chambers up for all of the other dwarves. Secondly is the Driller class with its powerful drills capable of digging tunnels at great speed through the terrain. The Driller also has an explosive charge which can create a giant crater or just blow up alien hordes. Thirdly is the Engineer with his platform creation tool and placeable turrets, allowing this class to create access points for everyone and also some good firepower protection. And last but not least is the Gunner, who is tooled up with a permanent zip line for hard to reach areas and a large amount of firepower. All 4 classes have got their pros and cons, but one thing that they all do is make for a very different experience. The Scout is great for getting around at high speed. The Engineer may take longer, but it allows for setting up stepping stones for everybody to use. The Driller can be very interesting in digging tunnels that are unique to the environment, and the Gunner can save everyone's bacon and also use a handy zip line. So they all offer a perk, a benefit and a negative. Now, I've played this game for about over 300 hours across Steam, across PlayStation, across Xbox. I've played with all of the classes, and for me, that's one of the things that makes the game feel fresh, depending on who you're actually using. But it isn't just the class system. What about the actual game world and the levels? Well, Hoxie's 4 is a fully procedural and destructible environment. Each time you land on the surface, the complexity of the cave system will vary, from pretty basic tunnels to huge caverns that are a massive problem to navigate safely. This procedural design paired with the inventive class system make for the perfect marriage, and it's the thing that genuinely keeps Deep Rock from ever feeling repetitive. So as you progress through mission to mission, you'll level up, you'll acquire credits, you'll get resources, but what can you actually do with these things? Well, you can buy cosmetic items to jazz up your appearance or spend these credits on leveling up your tools and your weapons. As you progress into the promotion phase, you'll be able to go on multi-level deep dive missions and use the Forge to craft special overclocks that basically add buffs to your weapons. You can also assign different perks that you'll earn via gameplay. And recently, over the last several months, they've added seasons, like seasonal content that they're free. That's a good thing, but they're a bit of a grind. You unlock cosmetics, you unlock new stuff. They're a bit time consuming, a bit dull, and not always that well implemented in terms of the missions they add, but it's a nice free update. Now, Deep Rock is meant to be played in a team of 4, right? And for me, this is the game at its peak. It genuinely makes you work together. You feel like a very tight-knit group, and you can even salute your other dwarves to help boost morale.
None can stand before us! Rock and stone, everyone! By the beer!
Co-op is also boosted by the amazing Abyss Bar, a pub on the Space Rig where you can drink, dance and pass out with the other dwarves. really good fun and really helps with bonding. For beer connoisseurs, you've got daily beers, they boost your performance for one mission, or you've got a bunch of other fancy beers that don't really have any benefit in terms of gameplay, they're just there to have a laugh with your mates. Finally, you can play the game in solo and it does work well. It's not something I'd recommend all the time, but if you just need to practice or you want to pause the game, because obviously you can't pause in online, solo is a reasonably good option.
It's not cool when we don't have a mule. Hey, it rhymes. Hey, we got some lost equipment here.
Visually the game is colourful, clean, delightful looking worlds, and the dwarves look funny. The destructible levels feel genuinely kind of real and unique. Very slick, very polished, very well tuned. The sound is a masterclass with excellent effects, hilarious voices and really good sort of synthy sci-fi themed music that's really a great soundscape for the kind of very unique world. Okay, good and bad points. What's good? The level design is fantastic, the mission variety is great, the game has a real sense of humour and lots of fun elements, the class system makes each character feel unique, the pub is a great social addition, and it's super addictive, varied and a co-op game clearly thought out from the ground up. Bad points? The end game elements could be better, with pretty underwhelming promotion elements, and the cost of certain upgrades and cosmetics can be quite obtuse, sometimes requiring a little too many resources. Okay, verdict. Deep Rock Galactic is a wonderful co-op experience with inventive level design, clever mission types and a creative class system. For me, it's the best co-op game of all time, and after 300 plus hours, I'm still not bored of it. It's a game that constantly surprises me with its unpredictable level design, the way the classes make you approach the problems, but in the end, it's the way the game encourages you to work as a team that makes this stand out from other co-op games. And all of these great qualities are topped off with the 5-minute drop pod extraction. It's a game that's just, always entertaining, whether you're playing it with rookies or veterans. And that is a rarity that actually works, Usually when you're playing with rookies it's painful, but here it's actually great because you can teach them good habits and help them to not leave any dwarves behind.
Rock and stone, everyone! For those about to rock and stone, if you don't rock and stone, you ain't coming
Rock
home.
pod departing in T-minus 1 minute.
Yahtzee.
So, Deep Rock Galactic is an amazing game in so many ways. I love it to bits. What would I score it? I gave it 9.5 way back when I played it for about 30 hours. Since then I've played so much more. I've done guides, I've played it solo a lot, I've played it co-op a lot. For me, Deep Rock Galactic is a 10 out of 10. It's indie, is it indie? Is it AAA? It's kind of AA. Royalty. It's a 10 out of 10 game. It's amazing co-op. It's so much fun. I've always got time to play it. Really, really love it. Okay, that's the review. Thanks for watching. This is Photography Gamer signing off. Cheers.